Hello, my name is Rajeev and welcome to part 4 of this C tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to see a program for simple interest calculation. But before that, let's go back from where we left in part 3. So we are talking about placeholders. So we have used %d. So %d is basically for integer. We are having other placeholders as well, like %c, that will be for character, and then %f, that will be for decimal floating point. So basically this is our program that we have written in our last tutorial, part 3. So what happens here, basically that program is doing our work. Basically it's printing that sum, but it's not that useful. So what will happen, we don't want our program to sum that value 20 and 40, because this is variable, right? There's no point in writing assigning the same value to variables and then printing the same number. On the contrary, it would be better if there is some way by which our user can write, our user can input those values and then it will print. That will make a lot more sense. So what I will do, here we can ask, so basically we want to prompt that please enter first value, and basically I'm typing through one of the hands, so maybe it will be very slow. Please enter first number. Then what we want to do, we want to print one space so that customer can write, and go like this. And see what customer is writing on that console window. Basically we want to get that value, and for getting that value what we are having scan f, scan function, printf print function, scanf scan function. So what it's going to do, this will also look for placeholders. So it will ask that what kind of value I need to store. I'm saying okay, compiler, you have to store integer value, % used for integer, and then it will ask okay, I will put that value, but where I need to put it, there should be some variable where I can put. Then I'm saying okay printer, okay compiler, what you can do, you can print it in num variable. Then let me go ahead and basically copy this thing. So now please enter first number, then now it will be, oh, I have accidentally compiled, obviously it will throw error. Please enter second number, then the scanner value for that, again it's also going to accept integer value. So we can say okay, you can take integer value in num2, and then what we can do, whatever value we are having, it will print the sum. But this we want to, okay, let's go ahead and compile this. Let's see if we are having errors or not. Okay, it's saying basically declaration not allowed here. Now just check, compile. So again seeing the warning, and let's see why is this happening. I think because we have put it CLR SCR here, that might be one reason. Now just check. Okay, so basically what happened, when you are going to clear the screen, whatever the variable you are declaring, that should be on top. So now let me go ahead and run this program. So it's saying please enter the first number. I'm entering, okay, 15. Oh, why is that? Basically I have my numlock off. Let's once again run this, and this time I will write 10, then I will write 79. Again that is wrong. Okay, let us see what's the issue here. Okay, so what is this? Actually what we are storing, so that we shouldn't provide the variable name, we should provide their address. It's like, you are receiving one letter from someone, and on that letter it's written the address. So basically you are going to deliver that letter to that address only. So for getting the address, we are typing this ampersand. This is called ampersand. So basically what happened, this scanf is saying, okay, whatever value that you are taking, that you can take in this num variable, and it will say that how would I supposed to know that where is this num variable. So that's why it will give the address. Okay, on that address you have to deliver. This is the address of num, and there you have to deliver. Okay, now let me go ahead and then run this. Okay, number is fine. Enter our first number, I am entering 10. Then enter, I am entering 89. Now this is perfect. The sum of both numbers is 99. Now just save this program. This is sum. Now close this. Okay, let's write a new program. And basically what it will do, it will again take that value. Basically we are going to write one program for calculation of simple interest, and as you know, the formula for simple interest will be P into N into R divided by 100. So where P is your principal amount, so the amount on which you want to take the tax, and then the number of years, someone will call it T also, and then the rate. So let's write one program for calculation. Then let's take the appropriate variable for that. So let's take, for the time being, this is your principal amount, or what we can say, I can just say amount. Okay, this is our amount. That for the time being we can say, okay, that will be in integer, and then the number of years, or let's say time will be in integer. Now the rate of interest, obviously that can't be in integer. We are giving rate set in 8.5, 6.5, 7.5. So the rate of interest, so we can write the rate of interest equal to, or let's take that value from user, that rate of interest, and then we have to write, we are going to take the value. So that interest that we are getting, this simple interest, that we have to write here. So basically why this is required? This is required to hold the value. the value that we whatever we are calculating, that we are calculating the simple interest, sorry, and we want to print that simple interest. So for holding that value, we should have one variable. Now what happened? Again the same thing. You can ask for to user that, okay user, I want you to print rate of interest, sorry, I want you to basically give the value of amount, time and rate of interest, and then I will calculate the simple interest for you, and then I will show you that what is your simple interest. Again, what we need to do in our, in that video itself, I have showed you that basically we can write print, twice, thrice, but it's exactly not that required. What we can do, we can say, okay, you enter the values, for, and then I will say amount first thing, then you give me the time of years, and then you give the rate of interest, rate, and I will calculate it for you. So, and what will happen, okay, that will ask for, but for holding that value we have to take scanf, right, and then we are going to accept three values, amount, time and rate. So we'll write that. First let us write amount. Now this time we won't mistake the previous mistake. We will take that address of, now that will be amount, this will be your time, then there should be rate of interest, okay, sorry, not only closed. Now what we need to write, we have to write the placeholders. So basically we are going to take three values. The amount is of type integer, then percentage, fine, no issue. Time is of integer we have taken, then that would be also percentage, no issue. But the rate, that can't be integer. We have taken that float as float, so we have to pass %f, right. Now it should be, we will have our formula, that is simple interest equal to, and then whatever the value we are having in amount, in time and in rate of interest, all we have to multiply. So amount into rate into time, sorry, we don't have rate, we have actually rate of interest. So that name you have to be extra careful about, because computer don't know that what we are referring as rate of interest and rate, that is the same thing. We know, but computer didn't know this. And then we have to divide by 100. And at the end what we have to do, we have to basically print whatever we are having, printf. So we'll say simple interest, and basically I'm typing with my one hand, and basically that is useful because what will happen, I can explain that concept side by side. Simple interest is, and you can write what you call %f, then I have to write what is the variable, simple interest. So, okay, if you're not feeling comfortable here, then what I will suggest, that no need to basically type all that value. You can copy and paste, and that will be better, because what will happen if we are writing, it's my chances that accidentally we have write something else, and then we have to wait for character, otherwise it will disappear like hell. And for programmability, let's put our clear screen here. We can't put it on top, otherwise we are getting, again it will complain. Okay, now check Alt plus F9, 2 errors. Let's see. Should have prototype. Okay, for CLR here we have to type #include colon.h. Let us include that .h. Now let's put Alt plus F9. It's complaining? No, it's not complaining. Okay, now just check. So we have to type amount, time and rate. So let me type amount 1000, and then time will be 2 years, and then rate will be 5.6. so simple interest is 11200, 1000, 2 and 5.6. so basically what I will do, I had done, let me go ahead and once again run this program and then see let's correct or not. So let me put Control plus F9 again, and then I'm putting value 1000. Then what I have to put one space, so that we have to identify, okay, this is for amount, then this is time, then 3, and the rate of interest will be 5.5. simple interest is 0.0. Why is that? Because accidentally I put it some other logs. Okay, let me go ahead and once again run this. Then I'll say 1000, then space 2, then rate will be 5.5. so now it's calculating 110, 1000, 2 and 5.5. so 5.5 into 2, it will go for 11 and 1000. so 11,000 divided by 10, so 110. That is correct. So thank you for listening.